Today, game of the week, the Lady Warriors of Kecoughtan playing host to the Bethel Lady Bruins. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe here on a great Friday afternoon, temperature in the low 60s. Nice and sunshiny, warm. We get to wear sunglasses today. Don't have to worry about being overheated. I mean, what a great day. Today, the Kecoughtan Warriors come in here with a record of 9-6, and they will be playing host to the Bethel Bruins, who are 10-4 on the season. Talked to Coach Larry Astep a little earlier today, and out of those 4 losses they've had, real tight ones. 3 of them were one-run affairs, and so they very well could be in the title hunt, as the coaches and team captains will gather up at the plate there to go over the ground rules.
There we are. You got a nice view of the players as they gather around the home plate. We're at Kecoughtan again, and Mike, you and I were here when this field opened up, and looking out there
last
today,
year.
it's still a great-looking field. We've had some rain here the last couple of days, but it looks like they've got it in fairly good shape. You can see it's still a little bit wet, but no standing water anywhere.
Yeah, the only wet spots, I believe, are right around the edges of the grass and back here behind the backstop. But other than that, they've got this field set up to where it drains extremely well, and it would have to really be a pretty bad storm in order for them to not be able to play here like a lot of the high schools did
Last week.
A lot of games were postponed both ways, softball and baseball, and rescheduling those games this week has been a real affair for the schedulers, trying to make sure they get all these games in line, because there's an awful lot of games that still have not been played.
A lot of teams out there playing 4 games in 6 days.
Well, the Bethel boys and the Denby have had to play 4 games this week, so it's pretty rough.
Yep, Kecoughtan, I think, was in the same position.
And we talked when we did one of the baseball games here not too long ago how thin the pitching staffs were this year, because all the teams are pretty equal, with the exception of one, and who by the way happens to have lost their first game last week.
But I think you've got to watch out for Menchville too on that spec. When we say one
they're
team,
back hot again.
You always have to look at Denby, but Coach Phil Forbes has got his guys in Menchville going. But we got 2 teams here today, Mike, Kecoughtan and Bethel, both in the hunt for the playoffs. As you mentioned, Bethel 10-4 on the season, could have been 13-1 very easily, or 12-2. Looks like they're going to get into the tournament. Kecoughtan 9-6. Pretty well assured, I think, of getting into the tournament. Where they're going to be seated, though,
they'll be one of. There's only 6 teams, I believe, that make it in softball as well as baseball. The top 2 teams will get a bye in the first round, but 9-6 will certainly get you in if they had to go right now. So Kecoughtan is well aware that they can't afford to lose a whole lot of games here with the few that they have left. And there's only about a week and a half left in their schedule, as they will end about a week before the boys do in the baseball role. So we will be here again next Friday, as
we will.
Bethel Bruins will be traveling here to play the host Kecoughtan Warriors in baseball over on the other side of the school in the nice facility they have over there.
On the other side of the campus, as they say. On the other side of the campus.
Nice little facilities that they put in last year for us to be able to sit in there.
It's wonderful. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get up in there, though.
Why not?
But, it's a little cramped, and the machine that's up there is all plugged in and they can't move it anywhere.
Really?
So we may have to
go over there the day before and just throw it all out.
Well, I'll be out there Friday. Saturday. I'll just put it all outside that way.
Well, what we're getting ready to do now is I believe they're going to play the national anthem, so stay tuned, and we'll sit here and listen to this.
If we get out of your picture, we apologize.
All righty. As Andy can get the starting lineups up there here shortly, we'll be able to put them. There's your two referee or umpires for the games. Behind the plate is Sim Haley, and out on the bases is Bill Allen.
And if you switch those names, you can come up with Bill Haley.
Bill Haley, that's right.
We have Bill Haley in the comments.
Pitcher, number 24, Katie Alexander.
There's your starters right now for the Bethel Bruins in their lineup, as Paul will go over those.
And there we are. Number 3, Jamie Powell, the shortstop, leading off. She'll be followed by number 7, Brittany Hicks in center field. And then number 1, Gabby Gonzalez, the catcher, the cleanup batter. Number 9, Jenna Ryan is the pitcher. Number 4, Lauren Frazier at second base. Number 10, Morgan Jenkins at third. Number 18, Serena Overton at first base. Number 5, Juliana Pye in left field. And 00, Hope Riddick in right field. That's the Bethel Bruins starting lineup in today's game. And Mike, they'll be facing a young premier pitcher here in the Peninsula District, young Katie Alexander, who reminded me earlier today that a couple of years ago when she began pitching for the Warriors that I kept calling her Kara, after her sister, of course, who was one of the top pitchers here at Kecoughtan. And that was only natural. I've known Katie and Kara for quite a while in their family. Nice, good family. Great young kids. And a good pitcher, as you get to see her out there on the mound as she prepares to pitch in this game. Katie, believe it or not, Mike, 12 games this year, 15 games, but at 12 games, she had 130 strikeouts. She's averaging about 10 strikeouts per game.
Yeah, this is a young lady that really has improved over the last year.
Tremendously so.
Oh, well.
We've seen her grow in maturity. We've seen the speed on the fastball pick up. She has a nice little change, but I think the main thing we've seen from her is better location. She can move that fastball around now, which is something that she's had to learn over the years, and she's done an excellent job of that.
Well, leading off of the Lady Bruins is going to be number 3, the shortstop, Jamie Powell. She will be the first batter here in the game, starting for the Bethel Bruins.
This could be a game, Mike. Last time they met, this thing went 9 innings. 1-0 was the score. Jamie Powell, a junior for the Bethel Bruins. National Junior Honor Society and also a member of the Latin Club, as you see her step up to the plate.
Here we go. First pitch is outside. Ball 1. Perfect advantage that we have sitting here right behind home plate.
You've got a great one right there behind the plate.
I'm just about as close as being able to see a ball being thrown across for a strike as anybody, including the umpire, because he's not more than about, 10 feet in front of us?
That's right.
A very short backstop here, as is the case in on most ball fields in softball. There's a ball right down the middle, hit to the third baseman over to first for the first out of the inning. So Powell grounds out to the third baseman. That's going to bring up Brittany Hicks. She is the center fielder for the Bruins, number 7. One down here in the top of the first.
Here's a replay on that. Ball's going to be hit to the third baseman, Caitlin Roughton, who usually plays second base and has been moved to third today.
Pitch is in there for a call strike. Yeah, there's a couple of injuries on the Lady Warriors side. Their normal starting catcher is not here.
Got 2 players out today, had to move some around. And actually had to bring up a young lady from the JVs, Miss Kelly, I believe is her name, Mike. Jennifer Kelly. Brought her up due to injuries on the team. So in fact, she's starting, if my memory serves me.
There's a fly ball down the right field line, foul as it hits the fence over here and just beyond our truck. 0-2 is the count, 1 down.
Brittany Hicks, the batter, is a senior at Bethel High School. She's a 4-year varsity player. You get a good picture over there on the screen. She hopes to attend Virginia Tech. In fact, will be attending Virginia Tech in the fall, where she's going to major in aeronautical engineering.
Looked at a call, third strike. That was a bit outside, but she gets the call. That's out number 2. Gabby Gonzalez, the catcher for the Bethel Bruins, number 1, now batting. This is a young lady that really knows how to play her position, too, I'll tell you.
Does.
Very good. She got an arm.
She's just a player. I tell you what, again, here we go. I taught this young lady in 6th and 8th grade.
Ground ball up the middle as the Gabby gets the first base hit of the game.
Gabby, good young baseball stock, comes from a family of ball players. Her brothers, Oscar and Guillermo, of course, played for Bethel. They played varsity. Her dad, Guillermo and Yvette, her mom are here, as they are almost every game.
Gina Ryan now the batter, the Bruins pitcher, number 9. Halfway swings at a ball that was outside and is called for the strike.
Say Jean? I got Jenna.
Jenna, I'm sorry.
Jenna.
My apologies. It's Jenna.
Right. It's Jenna.
There goes Gabby Gonzalez down and slides in safely into second base. Picks up a stolen base, puts herself in scoring position. By the way, the pitch was outside. It's 1-1 now.
Here's that last play. See, Gabby, a good throw might have gotten that.
Yeah, she ended up being short of the actual base.
Yeah, she was. Just stopped kind of short of the bag. So good throw might have been there. It might have gotten her in time. But as it is.
Ground ball to the shortstop.
Oh,
nice
play.
But called safe. And here comes the throw to the home plate to get Gabby Gonzalez in a rundown. And the tag for the end. Third out. It goes as a fielder's choice to Jenna Ryan.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Ball's hit the shortstop. Shortstop tries to make the play from her knees. I've almost got to give that a hit there, Mike. And then the runner caught in a rundown.
Well, she made a great play, so if you want to give her a hit, we can certainly do that.
Yeah, let's give her a hit on that one because she was the throw wouldn't have got her. She made a great play from her knees, but the runner was there in time.
Right.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the batting order for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Leading off number 22, Samantha Dahl, the catcher. Next will be number 17, Ravonda Daly, playing first base. Batting third, number 24, Katie Alexander, the pitcher. Batting in the cleanup spot, number 8, Casey Robinson, the center fielder. Batting fifth, number 16, Amber Player, the shortstop. Batting seventh, number 5, Caitlin Roughton at third base. Excuse me, that's batting sixth. Batting seventh, number 23, Jennifer Kelly in right field. Followed by number 2, Jennifer Player at second base. And number 13, Rihanna Flagger in left field. Rounding out the lineup for the Lady Warriors.
And the battery for the Bethel Bruins on the mound is Jenna Ryan. And behind the plate again, as we talked earlier, is Gabby Gonzalez.
I watched Jenna Ryan warming up before the game, Mike. This girl's got a fastball and a half. I'll tell you what, she was bringing it, putting it right in Gabby's glove back there. I was truly impressed by this young lady.
Leading off the bottom of the first half of the inning for Kecoughtan is Samantha Dahl, the catcher, number 22. As Gabby Gonzalez, who, by the way, was thrown out at third, so it took her a while to get her equipment on, but she's there and ready to go as she continues to warm up the pitcher. Here we are at Kecoughtan High School, May the 4th.
May the 4th, one day before Cinco de Mayo.
2007. No score here, bottom of the first, as the Kecoughtan Warriors come to bat.
Samantha Dale. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Dale or Dial. I think it's Dale. Sammy, as she's known to her teammates, batting .320 for the Warriors with a .561 on-base percentage. Leads the team in runs with 20.
Nice fastball right straight through the middle and miss with the cut at the bat.
That was the kind of pitches. Here it is.
Let's see if you can hit it.
If you can.
There's another one just like it, a little bit on the outside corner. A good pitch right there. She would have had to lean over the plate to get to that one. 0-2 now is the count.
I'm going to have to rely on you for that pitch because from over here, that one looked a lot
close.
further out than it was for you.
That one was. Oh, and he got the call.
Yeah, you keep putting it right there the whole time, they're going to give it to you.
The dial goes down looking on a third call strike. 3 pitches so far, 3 strikes.
Watch this last pitch here, and it just kind of freezes her right there. You can see where she wasn't quite sure whether to swing at that one or not. I think I agree with her. I probably wouldn't have swung at it.
Ravonda Daly now is the batter. She is the Bruins' first baseman, number 17. Swings and fouls back to first pitch. Second pitch is a changeup high.
And today she's playing for the Warriors at first base. Ravonda Daly hitting .320 with a .468 on-base percentage. She's a junior.
Pitch is low. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. Right down the middle, too.
Swing, too,
Nice
there.
fast pitch. She has a lot of velocity on her on her pitches.
She does, but I haven't seen her throw one like she was throwing back there in the warm-up
2-2 is the
before the game.
count. There's a little change up on the outside corner, looking again. Woo. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts, both looking. The plate umpire is definitely giving the outside corner. Katie Alexander, the pitcher for the Kecoughtan Warriors, now the batter, number 24.
This is one of the players that Jenna Ryan is going to have some problems with today. Katie Alexander batting a phenomenal, are you ready for this? .614 on the year. 27 hits, 34 RBIs for her.
There's a fly ball line shot down the right field line, foul.
Insided that one out.
A little bit late on that one.
She just kind of fisted that one off the inside. Drive that one down the right field line there. That was a good attempt at that.
0-1 is the count. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning.
It's getting warmer. This is nice. I like this weather.
Low and inside. That'll even it up. 1-1.
You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports as we bring you girls softball, Peninsula District varsity style from Kecoughtan High School.
That was in the dirt.
Olro along with Mike Hauser. Mike Hauser in the short sleeves. I wore the long ones. Yeah, it was cool this morning when I got up, so I put the long sleeve on today, and you did the smart thing.
You have to come prepared.
I know.
Pitch is low. 3-1 is the count.
That is with teachers and me in particular.
Well, the only time you'll ever see me wear a long sleeve shirt if I had to wear a coat and tie.
If it's snowing or something.
That's right. I don't care. I'll continue to wear short sleeves. Nice play.
Oh, nice running catch.
So the Lady Warriors go down in order as Katie Alexander pops up to the second baseman.
Lauren Frazier made that nice catch as she took off with a little pop-up there from Katie. That ball looked like I thought might drop in for a minute. But Frazier, showing good speed and tenacity, stayed right with the ball and was able to take it in for the out.
So we're done here with 1 inning as no score.
Here's that last little pop-up. Get a good view of her coming out and making that play. Nice play, Lauren Frazier.
No score here as we get ready to start the top of the second inning. That first inning went by relatively quick. No runs, no hits, and no errors for the Bruins.
That'll generally make it go quick, won't it?
Or for the Warriors, I'm sorry.
For the Warriors. They're both wearing green and white today, and it's confusing you, I can tell. It's the sunglasses.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the sunglasses. That's got to be what it is.
As we get ready for the top of the second inning, second baseman, the young lady we just talked about making that great play, was Lauren Frazier. She will lead off the Bruins half of the second.
Coach Larry Estep talking to her before she steps up to the plate here, giving her some last-minute advice. A minute before that, you saw Miss Alexander as she prepared to warm up. Coach Estep's been around for a while in the Peninsula area. Coached 20 years, been coaching since 1987. I was talking to him before the game. That man's probably won about 300 games as a softball coach. He's lost anywhere from 4 to 6 per year, usually 4 or 5. Gives him some pretty good stats over a 20-year period, Mike. Successful coach at Bethel High School for girls softball, always a perennial contender.
Bit low as the first pitch into Lauren Frazier here in the top of the second inning. 1-0. No score here in the top of the second. Ground ball to the second baseman. Scoops it up and throws to first for the out.
Well, they make that quick out there, don't they, Mike? They ground ball, the second baseman gets to it, picks it up, and throws it quick. But the bases are shorter here than we're used to for the baseball.
Yeah,
here's that replay.
30
Here's that replay. It's just a quick little tapper right to second base. Look how quickly she just gets rid of that ball. But you've got to.
Morgan Jenkins now is the batter with one down here in the top of the second inning. She is the Bruins' third baseman, number 10. 0-1 is the count. One down here in the bottom of the second. People still filing in from the parking lot. Pitch is just a bit outside. 1-1 is the count. Like Bob Euchre, just a bit outside. There's a comebacker right back to Katie Alexander. Throws over the first 4 of the second out of the inning. It goes 1-3 in the book. 2 down now, number 18, the first baseman, Serena Overton now the batter. This is a young lady here that if she can get a hold of the ball, nice clean drive, will send it a ways. There's a pitch right down the middle. That would have been the one to go for.
That would. Nice pitch.
Katie Alexander's smiling after that one because I don't think she was expecting that one.
Serena Overton, a senior at Bethel High School, graduating this year with honors, will attend Villa Jewel College in Maryland. I hope I'm saying that right. Her parents, Linda and Wills Overton. Ooh, she aspires to be a lawyer and eventually a Supreme Court judge. Fantastic.
Low in the dirt. 2-1 is the count.
Need more good judges on the Supreme Court, state and federal, either one. So hopefully this young lady will work her way up to that position one day.
Nice change up.
Froze her. Froze her right out front on that one, Mike.
2-2. Twos across the board, folks. Second inning, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and there are 2 outs. Change up, hit right back to Katie Alexander again for the out. As Alexander has 2 putouts in that inning. So that takes care of the top of the second inning for the Bruins. No runs, no hits, no errors, and again, nobody left on. So after an inning and a half, we have no score here at Kecoughtan High School.
On a beautiful Friday afternoon, May the 4th, 2007. You're watching WHCS, Channel 46 Sports. Paul Rowe along with Mike Hauser.
And that's where you get what?
This is where you get all the sports we're going to give you. And we're going to give you as much as we can. Baseball, football, basketball. Did we do any soccer this year? We didn't do any soccer this year, did we?
I don't know whether the station did or not, to be honest with you.
Did any soccer this year?
I'm waiting to hear from Scotty to say yes or no. But I guess he's not going to answer.
No, he did not. I didn't think so. I was right, see?
Very good.
Touch me.
Touch you?
I was right. Go ahead, touch me right there. All right, don't touch me.
Now, some people would call you a little bit on the weird side making that kind of statement.
Thank you, Andy Foley. Thank you, Andy Foley.
Thanks for bringing us to the light of that one, I'm telling you.
Andy telling us how to behave out here.
All right, in the bottom of the second inning. Casey Robinson batting. Fly ball to right field for the first out. First ball hit really in the air of any consequence.
Hope Riddick making a nice run from the corner of right field to come in and make that catch for the first out. Robinson didn't waste any time. Took a good first pitch. I guess she figured she saw enough of her in the first inning that she knew she was going to get something.
This is Amber Player.
Amber Player.
Amber Player.
Here's a replay on that last ball hit to right field. I don't know whether we'll see the right fielder coming into your screen there. Yes, we do.
16.
There she
is
comes right across.
The shortstop. 2-0 is the count. That one was just a bit inside.
View you're getting from our center field camera, Nathaniel Braxton.
Fly ball to center field. As a matter of fact, he ought to be able to get that one right on.
There he is.
Nice play.
And then we switch over to Mr. Wheeler.
Out number 2. That's going to bring up Caitlin Roughton. She is the Warriors shortstop, or third baseman, I'm sorry.
Third baseman today.
Yep.
Here's that last pop. Caught by the center fielder for the second out.
Oh, and inside, ball 1. 2 down now here in the bottom of the second. Still no score.
Caitlin Roughton, another young lady I've taught and had the pleasure to know the family of for quite a while.
Ball strike.
Caitlin has started every game this year as a freshman, batting .346 with a .600 on-base percentage. Leads the team in on-base percentage.
Well, he likes that outside corner.
Then
1 ball, 2 strikes.
a lot of umpires will become enamored with that outside.
That was fouled straight back here over our heads.
Yep. Will become enamored with the outside corner. As long as you can continue to control that corner and place the pitches there, they'll give it to you.
1 ball, 2 strikes. There's another one fouled back behind us. Roughton hanging in there now.
Mark call on that last pitch there. Last couple of pitches have been on the outside corner. Gabby shuffled and moved in on that when the pitch came in, and Caitlin's still able to get the bat around on that and foul it off. More of a defensive swing than offensive. You see Caitlin digging in.
Another foul ball, this time over the Bethel dugout. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. And somebody needs to throw a ball on the field because right now we don't have one. There
you go.
There comes one.
Can't miss them. They're bright yellow.
Hey. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Way outside. Now leaving it up at 2-2. Nice little waist pitch. Try to force her into going after a bad pitch, and she held back. And there's a pitch right down the middle. Will pop up to the second baseman.
It's going to have some spin on it. Yeah.
And she is going to be safe.
Mike, that ball came off the bat very funny. Caitlin got under that ball and actually spun it. You could see the backspin on that ball as it went in the air and just kind of started hanging there. And when it dropped, you kind of knew it was going to be tough to field.
Now the right fielder, Jennifer Kelly, is the batter, number 23, with a runner at first. 2 down. Pitches down the middle.
This young lady, Mike, she's the one that came up from the JVs today. Batting .300 for the JVs. Coach Chrisman brought her up.
Ground ball to short, so to the second baseman. Throw over to first for the third out. At the end of 2 here at Kecoughtan. No score between the Bruins and the Warriors.
Here's that last play as young Miss Kelly gets her first appearance on TV on the varsity squad. Puts the ball in play. Good job, young lady. Welcome to the world of TV. WHCS Channel 46 Sports, bringing you Peninsula District Girls Varsity Softball from Kecoughtan High School, May the 4th, 2007. Good view of the field right there from our first base camera.
Well, Paul, we have completed 2 complete innings here. And so far, Kecoughtan has 1 hit, and Bethel has 2 hits. 2 infield hits. Well, the first hit they had actually went into center field. Nice little shot up the middle by Gonzalez, but she was nabbed at the plate trying to come around on the other hit and to end that inning.
Good heads-up play by the Warriors to get her on that one, by the way.
3 up and 3 down in the second inning. So we head to the top of the third inning. No score here at Kecoughtan. Jennifer Pye is the batter.
Trying to see who it is on our screen there and couldn't quite see.
Pye is the batter. And she is the Bruins left fielder.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't she have a brother that played or may still play for the Bethel Bruins baseball team? Remember?
I'm not really sure.
I know there was Pye that played baseball at Bethel.
Pitch is outside, 1-1. Katie Alexander, I believe, wanted that pitch.
I think she wants every pitch.
Yeah. She wanted dirt that time. 2-1 is the count. I think she took the bat off her shoulder, did she?
Yes, she did.
Did she? Block body up. That one's outside. 3-1 is the count.
That'll be one of the best pitches in town right here now. You're the best girl up there. Go down.
Down the middle. Swing and a miss.
Nice one.
Make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The leadoff batter here for the Lady Bruins in the top of the third inning. No score here at Kecoughtan. As the Bethel Bruins are at bat. There's a little foul ball here at the plate. Nice little play by the catcher for the Bruins, or for the Warriors.
Juliana Pye. Parents Clinton and Kathy Pye. She wants to attend UCLA. She wants to practice surfing.
Ooh, that was a pretty pitch. As Pye goes down looking for the first out.
Now, Mike, is that why didn't they have that when you and I were in school? Here comes this last pitch. You'll see the replay of it. Oh, nice pitch.
Next batter is the right fielder, Hope Riddick. There's a ground ball up to first baseline, fair. Ooh. I was looking at the first base umpire. I thought he called it fair. That was close.
Very close.
Foul ball. Whoa!
Very, very close. And in fact, close enough to where Coach Estep's going to come out and ask about it. Asking him right now, wasn't that thing right over the bag? And he said, no, that ball was foul. Foul ball, and that's the end of the conversation. Step kind of goes away shaking his head and scratching his head at the same time. Well, what'd you think? You had a better view of it down there than what I did.
In all honesty, I thought it was fair. But again, we're sitting at an angle. And that's not a call for me to have to make, not especially here.
I can't tell.
He's the one standing there on the line. I think I was more shocked at the fact that the first base umpire looked like he gave a fair signal, then backed off and didn't say anything else, and waited for the home plate umpire to holler foul. Either way, it looks like it ends up being a foul ball. 1-2 is the count, and there's a swing and a miss for the third strike, and the second out of the inning. 2 down now. It's going to bring up the leadoff batter, Jamie Powell, as she grounded out to the shortstop back in the first inning to lead off the game. Actually, she grounded out to the
That's what
third
I thought. I changed it over here when you said shortstop. I had third base down there.
Yeah, and I saw you change it. I said, what are you changing? Yeah, you're right. It was the
well, you've got a better view over there than I do. So.
2-0 is the count.
It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter as we stay out here, Mike.
Oh, roll your sleeves up, man.
Well, yeah, then I have to do some work.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that's a low pitch. That would have been ball 3, but she swung at it. 2-1 is the count.
Like a little bit of a change there. Ooh, that's got to hurt.
Ball hit her right in the midsection.
That's got to hurt.
2 down. Powell will reach first base safely after being hit by a pitch.
It's a hard way to get on base, isn't it? Yeah, you've only got what, 30, 40 feet coming off the mound. That ball hit right there in the midsection.
Still down. Still got 2 down now. That's going to bring up Brittany Hicks, as she was a strikeout victim looking in the first.
A little cat and mouse game over there as Jamie Powell bounces off first base. We'll have to watch her. There's 2 outs, though. You wouldn't expect her to run, but she might in this situation.
Wouldn't want to take yourself out of the inning by doing that.
No, not this early.
This might be a pitch, though, that you might want to consider doing it, though.
2 strikes, no balls, I would.
The worst case scenario is you're going to come up with the same person back unless this one strikes out. Pitch is outside, and there she goes. She's short of the bag. Yeah, she is out. What a great job. And that's what I just talked about. Now, the batter that just was there, Brittany Hicks, she should lead off the top of the 4th inning now as Powell is thrown out.
Mike, watch this again on the replay here. Now, this is the second base stealer who's come up short for Bethel. I'm wondering, and we'll watch this play here, as you see her make the slide, and they just come up short of the bag. I don't know whether they're starting their slide a little earlier, but what I'm thinking is that possibly the ground might just be a little soft right in that area from the rain that we had. Because and I agree with that. Scotty was just telling us he was watching the catcher warm up before the game. She does have a very good arm. You saw her playing cat and mouse with Jamie Powell at first base, where she can hold him there, and she got that ball down there quickly. No question about that. Same thing when Gabby was making that steal of second base too.
We head to the bottom of the third inning now as the Bruins were.
There's a young man out on a nice day. Hey, how are you? Hello there. Oh, look at that. What a better thing. You can't do a whole lot better things today than come out and watch a nice ball game like that. Start them when you're young. Come out and watch the game. You didn't start when you were young, though. You started when you've always been old.
Thanks a lot.
You started when you were old. You were what, 2 or 3 years old?
That's it, Jennifer. Very nice.
Yeah, you're still 2 or 3 years old.
Jennifer Player. Number 4 is the batter. I'm sorry, number 2. She is the second baseman.
She's the sister of Amber Player, the shortstop for the Warriors.
Players play for the Warriors. A little pop up to the first baseman. Standing in the right position to make the play for the first out.
Coach didn't have to go anywhere. Just kind of stood up and then kind of took her eye off of it for a minute there. Had to make a quick little adjustment to make the catch.
Deanna Flagler is the next batter. Left fielder for the Lady Warriors. 1-0 now to count. One down here in the bottom of the third. There is a ground ball in the hole. Nice play and throw by the shortstop for the second out.
Good job right there, Gunner.
Nice little bit of a ting there on Rihanna Flagler's hit, as you'll see the replay here. Just wraps it right down in a nice play, nice throw by the shortstop for the Bethel Bruins, Jamie Powell, to get that second out. Good range.
Samantha Dale. Or is it Dale or is it Dahl?
I hope it's Dale. Samantha Dahl, Samantha Dale. We do know that it is Samantha. I know that. But whether it's Dale or Dahl, we don't know.
There's a line shot hit to left field.
Nice catch.
That'll end the inning for the Warriors. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We've done with 3 here at Kecoughtan. No score between the Bethel Bruins and the Kecoughtan Warriors.
You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports as we bring you Peninsula District girls softball from Kecoughtan High School. A beautiful day, May the 4th. Here's that last hit out into left field. Nice strong hit. And brought in by the left fielder for the Bethel Bruins, and that would be Juliana Pye. Pie. Apple pie, cherry pie.
And Juliana.
And Juliana Pie. Pie, pie, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
Go ahead, Andy, I'm waiting.
Boys. Well, the Kecoughtan coaches, Coach Chrisman, his assistant, going over some strategies there as Katie Alexander
trying to figure out how they can get some runs scored against.
Yeah, we gotta find out here. Oh.
I know what you're doing, Andy. That's not very likely, Andy.
There's Coach Eastep. He's still talking to the umpire about that play at first base. I wish I'd have had a better view of that. It looked like it was right down the line there.
As we get ready to start off the top of the 4th inning for the Lady Bruins here at this nice ballpark at Kecoughtan, a year and a half old now. As this is their 2nd year here.
Put a lot of work into it, Chrisman and the Coach Chrisman. Sorry, not just Chrisman, Coach Chrisman. And the players and their families and the friends and folks at Kecoughtan High School raised a lot of money and really did a great job of putting this together themselves. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this one.
Brittany Hicks will lead it off here for the Lady Bruins here in the top of the 4th inning. She was kind of stranded at the plate there after that last out where Powell was thrown out trying to steal second. And we talked about that being a good play at that point. Bring her back up. Nice fly ball to right field for the out. going to bring up Gabby Gonzalez, who singled in the first inning and was thrown out trying to score.
There you see the replay on the screen of that last out. It was a nice pitch by Alexander.
Gonzalez has one of the 2 Bruin hits so far in the game.
Gabby Gonzalez.
And
Have a tough time hitting that one, huh?
Katie Alexander was trying to overthrow it on that one. She knows what this young lady can do with that bat.
Well, Gabby hitting a robust 393, 13 for 33 on the year.
Nice changeup.
Not a stranger at all.
And are looking on that one. 1-1 is the count here in the bottom of our top of the 4th inning. 1 down. We'll change up again. Got the call.
Nice.
A little bit low, but
1 ball, 2 strikes.
you throw a change up, the ball has a tendency to drop fast. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you what, as fast as these young girls throw that ball, when they go that change like
nice
that.
Play. I tell you what, she was so far out in front of that one, and she would have made first base before the ball had landed.
Katie and Gabby, if you're watching this right now, Katie, you need to watch that pitch because it was a great pitch. And Gabby, you need to see how well you were able to stop and hold up on that to at least get it fouled so it wouldn't go by you. That was great on both parts, young ladies.
You see Katie smiling because she knew she had her on that one.
Yeah, she did.
That one's in the dirt. 2-2 is the count.
We'll probably talk to her later on and ask her how she ever got to hit that one.
That was about as clean a changeup you would ever want to see. Ground ball to first base. Nice play over there to make the out.
Ravonda Daly, the first baseman for the Warriors.
Goes as 3 unassisted in the inning. That's 2 down now. Jenna Ryan.
Here we go. We see Katie make that pitch. The ball's kind of low, and she just wraps it right down to the first base line. She was behind on that one.
Bruin pitcher. Ooh. Nice play by the catcher to get the out.
Wow.
First pitch, little swinging butt that stopped about, what, a foot in front of the plate?
Just kind of spun around there and bouncing out from behind the plate. Samantha Dial. We'll find out here in a minute. Jumped out there with a great throw to get the runner.
No hits and no runs. There were nobody left on base for the Bethel Bruins there in the top of the 4th inning. Still no score here at Kecoughtan, as we expected this to be a tight contest. Last time they played, the final score was 1-0 in 9 innings. So the Bruins will now take the field as the Warriors will be batting in their half of the 4th inning. Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Warriors will be Ravonda Daly.
Ravonda Daly. Ravonda Daly.
Number 17. She is the Warriors' first baseman. Are you trying to do something?
Yeah, I'm trying to get hold of somebody from Kecoughtan so they can tell us how to pronounce that name. Whether it's Dale or Dow or Dial. We see Gabby Gonzalez behind the plate as she warms up the pitcher. Jenna Ryan. Once again, you're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports. We bring you Peninsula District Girls Softball from Kecoughtan High School as they play the Bethel Bruins. Kecoughtan 9-6 on the year. The Bruins 10-4. Both of them with solid records.
The Cows are along with Paul Rowe here. Nice pitch down the middle. 0-1 is the count. Daly, the batter. She was a strikeout victim back in the first inning looking. Oh, a little changeup, a little bit outside.
Blinked on that one.
That one was so far outside that the catcher couldn't reach it. 1-1 is the count. Fastball right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Come on, Ravonda, protect the plate for me, kid. Come on.
Oh, there's a line shot right past the pitcher's head. Ooh. Right up the middle. Nice base hit there for the batter Daly. That's the Warriors' second hit of the game.
That was a nice solid hit. Kind of counters the one. Look at that nice swing. Just rips that one right up the middle.
Here comes one of the leading hitters in the district right now, Katie Alexander. Warrior pitcher fouls this one back out of play.
A lofty 6-14 coming into the game. A little less than that now. She popped out in the first. And Mike, it is Dale, Samantha Dale. Mr. Jason Lang, a teacher at Kecoughtan High School, was kind enough to come over and help me with the pronunciation.
Whoa. Faked the bunt, pulled back and swung and popped out to Gonzalez.
You see how fast that Gabby got out from underneath that mask and positioned herself for that? Great job. Gabby Gonzalez, the senior catcher for the Bethel Bruins. Nice play. That's a tough one to do, Mike. You can see the pop-up here. You've got to come up quick, take the mask off. You've got to locate that ball and get under it. And notice she positioned herself. She was facing us so that if the ball dropped, where was it going to be? Foul territory and not in fair territory. Smart.
Casey Robinson, the batter. Bunts the ball up the middle. Third baseman gets the grounder and throws her out, advancing over to second base is Daly on the fielder's choice. Amber Player is the batter now, the shortstop for Kecoughtan. Runner down at second with 2 down.
Here's that bunt, a little high, but the ball dropped quickly, so they were lucky on that.
Down the middle as the Warriors have their first base runner in scoring position. Standing down at second base is Lana Daly. Change up, pop up to the infield. Second baseman camps under that one and gets the fly ball to end the inning. One hit for the Lady Warriors. No runs. And we are done here at Kecoughtan after 5. Still no score. I'm sorry, after 4.
4 innings. Here's that last play. As you see, the ball popped up. This has been a quick game, Mike. 4 innings, 2 hits for each team, no runs. You mentioned earlier, the last time they met it was 9 innings, a 1-0 score. It was a pitcher's duel. I think we're going to end up with the same thing here. I don't know whether we'll go 9 innings or not, but we're going to have a good little game here. You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports, and we bring you all the sports you're going to get on Channel 46. You can watch this through, and you are watching it through, if you're watching it today, through the Hampton City School System, Channel 46.
Ironically, the line score for both of these teams right now through 4 are identical. No runs, 2 hits, no errors to either team. And let's see if we can count how many strikeouts we've got here now.
Can you count that high? You count the strikeouts, and I'm going to recognize some people that are out here. Ladies and gentlemen, our camera people today out in left field, Mr. Gene Wheeler along the third baseline. Out in center field, Nate Braxton, and in right field, Susan Bowers. Susan on the truck behind first base. Our replay man in the booth, or in the truck, Mike Nowinski. Our audio and chief engineer, Don Sharaus. The camera control lady is Sarah Myers. Nice young lady, comes out here and gets us all set up. Production assistant, Renee Camden. Graphics and animation, Andy Foley. And the man himself, the director, the producer of WHCS Channel 46 Sports and all other programs, Mr. Scotty Bowers.
The big guy.
The big guy.
Lauren Frazier is the batter. Second baseman. Pitches in there for a strike. So far, only 3 Kecoughtan players have strikeouts, and 2 for the Bruins. So it's been good defense all the way around so far.
Yes, it has. Very good defense. I don't even have any errors yet.
No errors. Swing and a miss. That ball was about a foot outside, and she chased that one. So that was an excellent pitch by Katie Alexander. Made a chase after a bad pitch.
Talking to Coach Eastep before the game, Michael, we just mentioned defense. He said, "Oh,
line shot
gracious!
To the first baseman.
Whoa, that was quick." Right at the first baseman.
Morgan Jenkins will come up now after Miss Frazier lined out to the first baseman. One down here in the top of the 5th.
We just saw some good defense there, and I was getting ready to say, Eastep and I were talking, and he said defense is going to be one of the keys to this game, and it's been one of the keys to his team all year long. And I asked him, I said, when you're talking about good defense, now are we talking up the middle, on the corners, the outfield? He said, everywhere. He said, we've got good defense. So far, that's exactly what we've seen.
He's trying to keep the ball outside to this batter. Morgan Jenkins is the batter, by the way, the third baseman for the Lady Bruins. 2-0 is the count. We got one down here in the top of the 5th inning. No score at Kecoughtan. That was straight back here. Did you jump?
Yeah, jumped a little bit on that one.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2-1.
Morgan's 16-year-old junior, born in Fayetteville, North Carolina. She hopes to pursue a career in, are you ready for this? We've got a lot of law people here. A career in law.
Nice pitch.
Change up again.
Look at that one all the way in. Nice change up. 2-2. As that little pitch fooled the batter a bit and stood there and looked at it. So she's got to tighten up on this one. Another change up, swings and misses. Gets credit for the strikeout, but unfortunately doesn't get credit for the out.
No.
Gonna have to charge, unfortunately, the first error of the game.
Gonna charge that error? You're gonna call that a wild pitch or pass ball?
No. The error occurred on the throw.
Well, she didn't advance to any bases, though, did she?
Didn't have to. She advanced. She made it safely because the throw was errant.
Think so?
Yep.
You got the better view than I do.
Would have been out if the ball had been there.
I will take your word on it. I've got poles and boxes in front of me.
It's credit for the strikeout, though, but that's unfortunately doesn't help
Not
in the
an out at all.
issue. So the Bruins have a runner at first base now. Serena Overton is the batter. One down here in the top of the 5th inning.
Serena batting a robust .333 for the Bethel Bruins.
Makes a
There we
bunt,
go with
pulls
this.
back. You'll notice that the Warrior third baseman was almost standing on the plate on that call.
Expecting here, we've got 1-1 and 1 out. Looking for this runner to start moving here, Mike. They've got to get somebody in scoring position here with no score. Whoa. The ball was up.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2-1.
And you'll notice that the first baseman for the Warriors, instead of coming in on a bunt, she's actually heading towards the bag, hoping that the catcher's going to try to throw her out. That one's fouled straight back.
You could have caught that one. You didn't even jump. Come on, man. You got to jump.
I know that there's a fence in front of us.
I've been at places where that didn't matter. I've seen the balls go right through the fence.
That size?
No, not that size.
Okay.
Not that size. Baseballs.
Pitch is in the dirt and going down to second base safely is Miss Jenkins.
The pitch got away from the catcher, and that one kind of came up and bit her in the leg. Samantha Dale had to reach around and grab that one. So
I think we have a full count now, 3-2.
3-2.
One down. This is a key pitch right here, guys.
second time in the game now the Bruins have had a runner in scoring position.
Ground ball foul down first base line. Overton trying to keep the ball in play.
Yep. Last time the Bruins had anybody in scoring position was the first inning when Gabby Gonzalez stole second base with 2 outs. And then, of course, was thrown out trying to score.
Ball to the third baseman and the throw for the out.
I don't see a call yet.
She wasn't on the bat. She went back before the runner was.
I haven't seen a call, and we got Coach Estep coming in to argue with
Yeah,
this.
they're saying that the first baseman was not on the bag. And I don't know how anybody was going to see that one. The base umpire was all the way around on the third base side
Yes, he was.
of the infield. And I think she's calling her out.
Home plate umpire's going to call her out.
No, when she caught the ball.
But the shortstop that made the play, Mike.
That was the second third base.
Third base.
Sorry.
It's okay.
5-3, out number 2. And I tell you what, Larry Eastap is not happy about the fact that the umpires were not making a call on that one. They waited for the plate umpire to call it.
That was really just kind of strange because I got blocked by somebody or something down there. I'm not sure who it was that got in my way. One of the players couldn't tell whether the runner was safe or out. It looked like the first baseman made a play and then made another play to get her leg back on there.
And look where the base umpire
well, that's what I was looking for. I looked up to see where the umpire was, and he's over here shortstop.
I've never seen a short. I mean, he's behind the shortstop over here.
Now, it's always been my something. Now, of course, baseball is what you and I do most of. And in baseball, he's right behind the pitcher. And in softball, he's over between the third baseman and shortstop. It's kind of tough to make that call at first. Home plate umpire sure did.
Juliana Pye is the batter. That pitch was a bit low, but Katie Alexander got the strike out of it.
What Katie's going to have to do here, Mike, is make sure that she places her pitches exactly where she wants them. You don't want to let that ball get back by the catcher.
There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 is the count. Pye struck out looking back in the third inning. Sorry. 2 down now with a runner at third.
There's the runner right there, and you're going to see her coming off that bag when that ball gets into the catcher's mitt.
Swing and a miss and caught off the foul tip to end the inning.
So they dodge a bullet here in the 5th inning, Mike.
No runs. There was no hits. One was left stranded at third base. So we're in the middle of the 5th inning now. Still no score here at Kecoughtan between the Bethel Bruins and the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Once again, you're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports, where we bring you Peninsula District sports, including softball, baseball, football, basketball.
This must be the stretch inning in softball.
Is that what it is? Is that what? Oh, is it? What is this song?
Take
me out to the ball game. Take me out to dinner. You don't want to take me to a ball game. Take me out to dinner.
Oh, you can go over there and get you a hot dog or two at the game at the end when we finish.
Actually, I go out to eat pizza on nights like this. So.
He says the hot dogs are ready whenever we want it.
As long as they're hot. Have you had one yet?
Nope.
You didn't have one?
Nope.
You didn't have a hot dog
Nope.
yet?
Nope.
I can't believe that.
Why not? I don't eat that before the game.
Well, at the football game, we always eat before the game. Different story.
You got to remember, football games don't start for another 2 or 3 hours, you know?
That's true.
So here we go in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch is a little bit high. Leading off for the Lady Warriors is Caitlin Routlin.
Routlin, huh?
Routlin. Caitlin Routlin. Let me slow down. She is the third baseman, number 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's correct. Third baseman.
Is the third
Pop
baseman
up in
today.
the infield. Gabby Alexander. Gonzalez.
Gabby Gonzalez. We're going to have to give you a break here on this inning.
Timeout. Pop-up fly to the catcher. 1 out.
Gabby making another nice play on that as she picks the ball up, turns toward the foul portion of the field.
Jennifer Kelly now the batter. Grounded out to the second baseman. Way back into second inning.
That was Jennifer Kelly's initiation to WHCS TV, her first plate appearance earlier in the game.
Gets a little bit of a piece of that one. Comes back here towards the fence towards us.
Jennifer
Now, if Gabby Alexander,
Gabby Alexander.
If Gabby Gonzalez would have been nice when she reached down to pick it up, she would have stood up and said, "Hi, guys."
She did.
No, she did.
Yeah, she did. She came back here. She said, "Hey." She waved. Well, she went to you.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That ball was that far outside.
But it was close. It was close.
That one down the middle. And
there she is.
There she gets her first varsity hit of her career.
Congratulations, Jennifer Kelly, on your first hit as a varsity player, coming up from the JVs and getting it on TV. Go ahead.
So with Kelly down at first base, 1 down. That's going to bring up Jennifer Player.
Mom and Dad, there it is again for you. Jennifer Kelly with that rip up the middle into center field.
Nice bunt. Let's see if it stops and goes. It does it. Just barely goes foul.
Whoa. Jenna Ryan made a nice play on that. She watched it to make sure it was going to be foul. Once it got into foul territory, Mike, she grabbed that thing quickly so it didn't pop right back into fair territory.
And it was that close.
It was that close.
0-1. Let's see if she tries to put it down again. Yes. This time she puts it right back to the pitcher. And the throw to get the out. But advancing to second base in scoring position is Jennifer Kelly. 2 down now here in the bottom of the 5th.
Nice sacrifice by Jennifer Player as we see this on the replay. She gets it down right on the ground, and with the bases as short as they are, Mike, they have the option of putting it right back toward the pitcher as long as they don't hit it all the way back to the pitcher.
Baseball, that is the batter.
Gone. You do that and you get a double play in baseball.
0-1 is the count. Pitch is high and outside. Nice play by Gonzalez.
Gabby's got a
She's
good,
quick
strong
back
arm.
there,
She
ain't
is
she?
quick, and she's got a good, strong arm.
Hope she plans on playing in the next level. Ground ball foul down to the third baseman.
She's going to be going to Virginia Tech. She's hoping to walk on the team and see if she can make it there. If not, she'll be playing club ball.
They do have a good club league. As a matter of fact,
excellent.
the Club World Series was played last weekend.
Was it?
Southern Illinois won the tournament. Virginia Tech was involved with it. James Madison was involved. And the reason I know that is because I work with a lady who has a daughter that plays on the club team.
My son went to UVA, also played a year at UVA, but also played for the club team, was able to go to the World Series and pitch in the World Series and beat Colorado State, who was undefeated at the time at 24-0 in the first round. UVA went to the finals of the World Series the first year, and
Looks at a call, third
got a call strike there. Club baseball and softball is a rising sport in college right now, Mike. Nice pitch on that last one there. Kind of caught me off guard. Watch this last
Kinda
pitch
stood there
here.
and looked at it, didn't she?
Cover up the sun here where I can get in there. Watch his nice form on Jenna Ryan. Look at that pitch. Looks a little inside. He's been giving him outside, but he sure called that one.
Well, we're done with 5 now. Get ready to head in towards the top of the 6th inning for the Bethel Bruins or for the Kecoughtan Warriors in the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs. They did have a hit.
There's our production truck there, along with our first base camera person, Susan Bowers. Hello, Susan. How are you, darling?
Can't see Susan.
You can't see her. There she is right there. See?
Well, I can't see the screen.
And there's Andy Foley's in there. Don Sherrelse is in there.
What, you got
Michael
X-ray eyes
Winston's in
now or
there.
something? Or did they take the panel side of the truck off?
I
I
just
don't
know
think
who's in there.
anybody out here wants to see Andy.
No, they don't. There is Nathaniel Braxton in center field.
Wave, Nathaniel.
There
you go. Was that a wave? Wave with the other hand. We could see you on that hand. Oh,
Is that Mr. Wheeler? Is that Gene? Gene Wheeler? Look, Gene's hiding. Don't hide. There you go. There you go. Guys, we couldn't get a better crew of cameramen than we've got working for WHCS. I'm just proud to be part of this crew. Fantastic shots. Fans, umpires, sports writers, everybody keep coming over to our booth all the time when we're doing football, baseball games to see what our guys have shot, to see if somebody's gotten to play right or wrong, or just to watch the replay of it. They're that good.
here we go as we get going now in the top of the 6th inning. Hope Riddick is the leadoff batter for the Bruins. The right fielder. Little swing and bunt. Is she going to make it?
Whoa.
No, they got her.
Nice.
Nice play by the Kecoughtan Warrior catcher there. Good job.
That was a great job by the catcher, and that's Samantha Dale. She jumped out at that one. I thought the young lady was going to be safe, but
Actually,
it was pitcher. That was Katie that made the play.
Yes, indeedy.
That was Katie.
Strong arm.
Go ahead and get off that mound quick, Katie.
That's going to bring up the Bruins leadoff batter, Jamie Powell. There's a foul ball back towards us. Back in the 1st inning, Miss Powell was a ground out victim to the 3rd baseman. And in the 3rd inning, she was hit by a pitch.
Still like the information I
And
have on
stranded.
it, Mike.
What's that?
I still like the information I have on this young lady, Jamie Powell Jr. wants to attend the University of Hawaii.
You had to go to college, folks. That's the place to go.
Oh, man. University of Hawaii. Woo.
Been there once. And place was, let me tell you, it was hot.
Yeah, it was. I was over there one time, too. But
It was a ground ball. Nice play by the 3rd baseman over for first for the out. Two down now here in the top of the 6th inning.
Here we go with that play. You'll see Caitlin Roughton, the 3rd baseman for the Warriors, makes the strong throw over.
Brittany Hicks now with 2 down. Strikeout victim in the 1st, and she flied out to the right fielder. Back in the 4th, 0 for 2 on the day.
Brittany Hicks, you ready for this? 3.72 GPA. 4-year varsity player, attending Virginia Tech in the fall. Aeronautical engineering is going to be her major.
Wow.
She's a bright kid. She wants to be a pilot in the Air Force. Really bright young lady. 3.72. Whew. Tell you what, if you can maintain a GPA above 3.50 and still play sports, you're doing well.
1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. There's a shot past the second baseman into right center fielder, and she slides into second base for a double. First extra base hit of the game.
Like that little hop by the umpire out there.
He almost hopped the wrong way.
He did. Hicks smacked that one. Watch this on a replay, folks. Nice pitch by Katie Alexander. She just rips it into the gap in right center field and hustles. I mean, when she hit first base, she was in full stride and never stopped.
And here comes the power. Gabby Gonzalez now batting. Runner at second, as this is their second runner of the game that has been in scoring position.
Third runner. Yeah, Gabby was on second in the first, and then we had Morgan Jenkins in the 5th, and now we've got Brittany Hicks.
And this might be a situation where they might want to say, well, let's intentionally walk her.
Well, I don't know. If you do that, then you got to face Jenna Ryan, and she's nothing to snuff at either. She's already got a hit
but I'll
today.
guarantee you one thing: if I had my choices, it'd be this one.
Oh well.
Let's see. I guess not. They'll make sure they keep it away from her anyhow.
I don't think they do as much unintentional or intentional walks as they do in baseball. You and I both. I think we'd both put them on. She wouldn't see a pitch to hit, that's for sure. I'd keep everything low and away or up and away from her. Make sure the runner can't advance from second base. Because Gabby got hold of that one in the first inning, drove it into center field. She does that here, you're going to have a run across the plate.
And it's pitched outside. That was obvious that they're not going to give her anything to hit.
Unintentional, intentional.
So why not just save the pitches and put her down there?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you can't do that.
Look, I mean, you can.
Yeah, look at this.
Look how far
obvious.
they got the catcher setting up. She's actually outside of the catcher's box.
Katie, I don't blame you here, darling. And Gabby, R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Now she's had to move back in there because the umpire told her she was too far out.
Got to stay in the catcher's box
until the ball is thrown. But she was actually a full body length outside of the catcher's box on that one pitch. She's setting up on the outside corner. 3-0 is the count. And a little blooper there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you call an unintentional, intentional walk. They're not going to give her anything to hit, but I'm not going to argue with that. You and I both said that's what we do.
They just did it a little bit different than I think I probably would have done it, but that's okay. So Gonzalez is at first, and back at second is Brittany Hicks. Let's go bring up Jenna Ryan, the Warriors pitcher. So she can help herself here, and a base hit could score a run. And the way things are going here, one run might do it.
Jenna Ryan, a 4.26 GPA, the valedictorian for Bethel High School. She's a varsity swim team member, National Honor Society, Key Club, and sports editor for the newspaper at Bethel High School. She got accepted to the University of Virginia and Virginia Tech and will be attending Virginia Tech, majoring in biological sciences and biology pre-med.
Wow. Gonna be a doctor.
He's got Coach Estep's got nothing but brilliant young ladies over here in law and medicine.
Pitch is a little bit outside. She's been very careful with this young lady too. She singled in the first inning. This is, by the way, Jenna Ryan, the pitcher, and she grounded out to the catcher on a swinging bunt. That was back in the fourth. There's a pitch that's on the corner.
Nice pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes as Ryan was waiting for that one. I think she was taking that one all the way.
2 balls, 1 strike. I think you're going to see probably a change right here. No, with the fastball.
The fastball right down the middle of the plate, and it's fouled straight back. That'll leave it up, so the drama gets deeper here. 2-2, 2 outs, runners at first and second.
2-2-2, the ballet count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-2. You like that?
And we are in the top of the 6th inning. Still no score. Nice pitch.
Oh, there goes the runners.
There's nobody at the bag to cover. Both runners will advance.
Wow. Caitlin Roughton playing in as third baseman do in softball. didn't realize that the runners were moving. By the time she was able to recoup, you can see that she makes it in safely. And we're talking about Brittany Hicks making it in safely. So
now, that was a pitch, that was a ball. They haven't put it on the board yet, but the count's full now.
3-2.
At this point, I'd put her on. Don't let her swing.
Well,
see what I mean?
Yep, there you
see
go.
what I mean?
Two are going to score.
The base open, and 2 runs are going to come in and score. A 2-run single by Jenna Ryan, the pitcher. What a play.
The Bethel High School valedictorian rips that ball into center field for 2 RBIs and the lead. Watch this on the replay as Jenna just gets a nice full extension swing, rips it right over Katie Alexander's hands, and both runners off on the crack of the bat.
Yeah, you hate to say it. You hate to say it. But you had runners at second and third with a full count and one of the best hitters in the league up the bat. What are you going to do? You're going to let her swing the bat? No, you're going to put her on first base to
put her on.
Put the force at any base. But it didn't work as Ryan hits the 2-run single. I mean, it was a shot too,
guys. It was. Well, Katie Alexander doesn't play around. When you've got a count like that, you've got to put your best pitch in there. She's got good location. I think she got the ball where she wanted it. I just think Jenna was able to get around on that one.
Well, that was obvious. She hit the ball hard. There's a shot. Oh, nice play in foul territory on a line drive. So Frazier goes down for the 3rd out, but I tell you what, that might be a killer for the Bethel Bruins as Ryan comes through with a 2-out single to score Hicks and Gonzalez, and they now lead 2-0.
And one more time, folks, we're going to get a replay on this up on the screen of that hit by Jenna Ryan. Jenna Ryan, of course, pitching for the Bruins today. We had a tie ball game 0-0 until this pitch right here from Katie. Look at the extension on that swing. Katie Alexander up quickly, but that ball is just hit so hard it gets right by her, and 2 runs across the plate for the Bruins. You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports. Paul Rowe along with Mike Hauser bringing you Peninsula District Girls Softball from Kecoughtan High School, March the 4th. Mike, a turnaround.
That was a key play right there, no doubt. And it was almost as soon as we got through saying that's a play that Kecoughtan probably would. And I'll guarantee you the coaching staff is saying to themselves right now.
Yep.
But put the girl at first base and bring the next batter up. A 3-2 count. The pitcher's got to do one of 2 things: either put her on or throw her a strike. And guess what happened?
She threw her the strike.
And out in the outfield, the ball goes. 2 runs later, the Kecoughtan Warriors find themselves now trailing in the bottom of the 6th inning by a score of 2-0. In the top of the 6th inning for Bethel's, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and there was 1 left on. That was a bit on the high side. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning, this is their leadoff batter, Samantha Dale.
Dale is how you pronounce it, I've been told. Dale.
The catcher. There's a little bloop to the first baseman in foul territory for the 1st out. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Ravonda Daly.
Here's that last play. It's just a little pop right to first, and the first baseman for the Bruins, Serena Overton, is playing her right there. So she just kind of puts it in her pocket.
This is Ravonda Daly. She grounds the ball straight to the second baseman on 1 pitch, and 2 pitches into the inning, and it's 2 outs. That's going to bring up Katie Alexander, 0 for 2 on the game.
Well, they're not wasting much time. They're up there swinging at what Jenna's throwing. And they're putting the ball in play, but the defense of the Bruins, well, I say defense, and then they throw the ball over the pitcher's head. Look at that. Defense is playing real well. She has great confidence. Jenna Ryan has great confidence in the defense of the Bruins. And they have not committed an error in the field today.
Fly ball down the right field line. Is it fair or foul?
I can't see from here.
I don't understand. Well, first of all, why is the plate umpire making the call and not the base umpire going out there? If it's a fly ball past the first base, it's the base umpire's call. The base umpire was heading towards second base. Maybe that's why.
There's
I tell you
different
what,
rules
it was close too. 1-1 is the count. Katie Alexander.
Used to that first base umpire just spinning around real quick, straddling the line.
And he was on his way to second base and left the entire call to the plate umpire. And the ball was, what, halfway down the line?
It was out there. Let's just put it that way. It was out there. That
was out of play over by the truck. Look out, guys. 2-2 is the count now.
Katie Alexander, like we said, hitting .614 before she entered the game. She has 4 shutouts, 1 no-hitter, 1.92 ERA coming into this. She's the editor of the Tribal Tales, Girls State Representative, class historian, belongs to the National Journalism Honor Society, and hopes to go to college and play ball, and also major in journalism. 3.62. What are you?
Ball to the third baseman.
Are you required to have a great GPA to play softball?
Well, I wouldn't think so. I mean, you got the minimum, but these girls.
Well, all these, I've been looking at all these, and they're all up there in 3s and 4s. There's Katie. We'll actually see Jenna with the pitch, and Katie, she grounds out to the third baseman. Like the scoop on that play by Morgan Jenkins there. A good, strong throw.
So for the Warriors in the bottom of the 6th inning, no runs, no hits, and no errors. Nobody left on. We're done with 6 here as we get ready to start the 7th.
Look how fast this game is gone.
What time is it?
We got to start thinking about players of the game here.
Well,
one.
I think
you
got to basically give it to 2 of them. I know which one on each team I would be picking right now.
I think you and I are on the same page. On the exact same page.
They'll be doing that towards the middle of the bottom of the 7th inning.
Or the middle of the bottom of the 7th.
I think it's, there's a top of the bottom and the bottom of the bottom. In the middle.
Top of the bottom and the bottom of the bottom, so you got a middle of the bottom.
That'll be approximately with 1 out and a full count.
I'm going to have to check with Coffee Sorrell in a few minutes to see if there's a middle and a bottom.
Don't bring him in here.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's why we shut up. All right, here we go as we get ready to start the top of the 7th inning. There's a fly ball to right field. Coming in to make the play.
Yep.
And the out.
Who was that, Morgan Jenkins?
That was Morgan Jenkins flying out for the first out. Serena Overton, the next batter.
That should bring up Serena Overton.
0 for 2. 2 ground outs, 1 to the pitcher and 1 to the third baseman. 1 down here in the top of the 7th.
Or Serena Overton, our Supreme Court judge lawyer.
Nice pitch. A little outside.
And when I say Supreme Court judge lawyer, that's, of course, what she hopes to be when she goes through college. She'll graduate this. She's a senior this year. And I hope I get the name of. She's attending Villa. It looks like Villa Jewel College in Maryland. V-I-L-L-A. Looks like G-U-L-I-E. Maybe it's Villa Julie College.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
If I'm not mistaken, the name Overton rings a bell. Here we go again. Everything rings a bell when you're my age.
I know what it is. It's the sound.
There was an Overton that played baseball for Bethel, and I'm wondering if she's related to. I guess she probably is.
Well, usually the siblings kind of go to the same school.
Yeah, and when you're our age, you've been around baseball, softball, and sports as long as we have, the names begin to come
Overton
back. See you.
Has a base on ball and reaches first safely.
First walk we've had, isn't it? Intentional.
It's a second of the game, but it's the first one.
Second for her. I'm sorry. She had 1 in the last inning, but that was intentional. Or unintentional intentional.
Juliana Pye now is the batter with Overton at first base after drawing a walk. Reaches down to bunt the ball and fouls it straight back. Pye struck out back in the 3rd inning and struck out again back in the 5th inning.
We're just reading what.
You gotta say it, guys. You gotta say it. Paul was sitting here reading the bio of the batter. Juliana Pye. And the bios, folks, were written by the players, so you got to tell her.
All right, here it is, folks. Juliana Pye. Parents are Clinton and Kathy Pye.
Nice
she says,
bunt.
I want to attend UCLA to practice surfing.
And she's safe. Goes as a fielder's choice. Should have been out. Say that again.
I want to attend UCLA to practice surfing.
That's what I thought you said. Look at this, folks.
Here's this
nice bunt, and Katie Alexander decides to try to go to second base, which would have been the good call, because if the play,
yeah,
she dropped the
ball. Was there. The ball was there.
She actually dropped.
Did she drop it?
Yes, the ball landed right in front of her. So everybody's safe. There's still one out. Number 9 hitter now is Operitic.
Did you give her an error on that fielder's choice?
The error should go to the second baseman who dropped it.
Yeah.
Two and 0 or 1-1 is the count. I'm sorry. This batter is Hope Riddick. She is the right fielder. Struck out in the 3rd inning, grounded out back to the pitcher last inning in the 6th to lead off the inning.
Let's see if she wants to go to UCLA and practice surfing. Let's
rises around, bunt and fouls it back here.
Hope Riddick. She was inspired by Brittany Ely to start playing softball. Brittany Ely is her cousin. She's played softball for 6 years with the Northampton Little League, the Peninsula Stars, and the Bethel Varsity and JV. She won a gold medal in 2007. It looks like the FCCLA competition. She wants to attend VCU.
Ground ball to the shortstop and the force out at 3rd. Good play.
Yeah, it was a nice heads-up play there.
Overton is forced out down at 3rd for the 2nd out on a fielder's choice.
Little ball just tapped right to the shortstop for the Warriors, and Amber Player just simply makes the good and the correct play.
Amy Powell now comes up with 2 down, runners at 1st and 2nd. Here in the top of the 7th inning, Bethel's still leading 2-0. Foul ball down the 3rd baseline. Coach Estep kind of whiffs at it, but at least he tried.
He tried. They made a good play.
0-1's the count.
Made a very good play. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, every time we do these games, baseball and softball.
That was one he didn't want to try.
No, he wasn't even going to get near that. And I look at some of these GPAs on here, 3.62, 3.5, 3.45, 3.6, 4.7, 4.17. Amber Player, 4.17. Wants to go to college and major in biochemistry. I don't even know what biochemistry is. Whoa. Ooh.
Well, believe it or not, she got the strikeout. She gets credit for the strikeout, but doesn't get credit for the out because it was a pass ball. And everybody advances and reaches safe. We had this earlier. Now the bases are loaded. And here comes Brittany Hicks. Strikeout victim in the 1st, flies out to right field in the 4th, and had a double back in the 6th. And there is the out. That ends it.
Hit that one right to Caitlin.
Bruins leave the bases loaded there in the top of the 7th inning. They did not score. So after 6.5 innings of play, the Bruins still lead the Warriors by a score of 2-0.
You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports. We're bringing you Peninsula District Varsity Girls Softball from Kecoughtan High School. Paul Rowe along with Mike Hauser. And out around the field and inside the truck, we've got a great crew working for us. Our cameraman in left field along the 3rd base line, Mr. Gene Wheeler. Out in center field, Nathaniel Braxton. And along first base, the right field side, Miss Susan Bowers. Our instant replays today have been brought to you by Mr. Mike Nowinski, our audio and chief engineer man, the one that is able to make sure that Mike and I are heard around the rooms and in your homes. Don Scheraus, the audio chief engineer. Camera control, Sarah Myers. Production assistant, Renee Camden. The graphics and animation, all those little things you see on the TV screen, the scores and the balls and strikes, little things like that in the corner. Thank you there. All brought to you by Andy Foley, Andy Foley, Andy Foley, Andy Foley. And the whole shooting match, everything that you see here, all the great pictures from the cameraman, all the work that goes into putting the tapes together so you can watch it on TV. the man who makes sure that Mike and I are out here, the director, the producer, Mr. Scotty Bowers. Scotty does it all. WHCS housed at Jones Magnet Middle School. If you get a chance, you can drop by and see them. They do a great job over there. Boom, boom.
This is Robinson. Leads off the bottom of the 7th inning, grounds out to the pitcher for the first out. We got to do our players.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this the middle of the bottom of the top of the inning?
We're pretty close to it, and I'm going to go ahead and give Bethel's because what a game she's had. She's had 4 strikeouts in this game.
There we go. As Jenna pitches this, you'll see the replay. 1 pitch, a 1 hopper, 1 throw, 1 out.
Player of the game for the Bethel Bruins is Jenna Ryan. 4 Ks in the game, 2 out, 2-run RBI back in the 6th inning to score the runs that right now lead this game 2-0. As Amber Player grounds out for the 2nd out. That's going to bring up Caitlin Roughton.
Here's that last pitch in play. Goes right off the glove, but a strong throw by the shortstop.
Fly ball to center field, folks, and that does it.
And real quickly for the Kecoughtan Warriors, the player of the game, Mike, I'm going to go with the counterpart for Jenna Ryan.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go for the young lady on the mound, Katie Alexander, who pitched a whale of a game. Just gave up the 1 big hit to Jenna Ryan, which plated the 2 runs. Other than that, she did a superb job and a big threat at the plate. Katie Alexander batting .614, but today she did it on the mound. Unfortunately, it was the Bethel Bruins who scored the 2 runs this time.
2 runs in the bottom of the or the top of the 6th inning were the deciding factor in this game on a 2-out RBI single by Jenna Ryan up the middle. Final score of that game, final score of this game, folks, is the Lady Bruins of Bethel 2 and the Lady Warriors of Kecoughtan 0.
And there we get to see on the screen the winning hit by Jenna Ryan as she rips the pitch into center field. Brittany Hicks and Gabby Gonzalez coming around to score the 2 runs for the Bethel Bruins.
All right, folks, I guess we're done here. We'll see you next Friday as we return here to Kecoughtan as the Bethel Bruins baseball squad comes in here to play the Kecoughtan Warriors. So Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe. Good job again as usual.
Excellent
and we will
job
see you
end.
next week. So long from Kecoughtan High School. Final score, the Bethel Lady Bruins 2 and the Kecoughtan Lady Warriors 0.
You've been watching a production of WHCS Channel 46 Sports. Good night, everybody.